Alright, let's head back to town. Totally nothing bad will... Oh, never mind. The skies are raining destruction. It's the end of everything. The town will be destroyed. We all gotta take refuge. You should too. Well, that sucks. So it's actually worth noting that a lot of the buildings are closed off now. We can still access shops, which is nice, but we can't access the individual houses, so a lot of side quests become inaccessible. We can go to the other part of town, we just have to cut through up here. So yeah, you basically have to do a bunch of side questing before this, otherwise you'll be locked off, which is very unfortunate. And it's like the only missable thing. Great Googly Moogly, it's all gone to shit. Basically, chip flavor, I like, you know, salt and pepper, I guess. Mario Bros, this is our most desperate hour. The end of the Beanbean Kingdom may be at hand. Bowser's Castle has unleashed an assault on the Beanbean Kingdom from the skies overhead. This is Bowletta's doing. We're utterly defenseless against an attack from the sky. We have safely evacuated Princess Peach and the others to Little Fungi Town. At least Princess Peach is safe. That's something. If we don't do something about Bowser's Castle, our poor kingdom may not survive. What's that now? You know something about Bowser's Castle? You say you know how to get from Bowser's room to the bathroom? What an odd thing to say. Oh, I get it. You're saying that you Mario Bros know Bowser's Castle like the back of your hands. I, for one, feel very reassured knowing the Mario Bros are going up to that horrible castle. No, this is our kingdom's problem. We cannot impose upon them any more than we have. Well, that certainly may be true. Farewell. Oh, Prince Peasley, whatever are you doing? You mustn't go to Bowser's Castle all alone. Your Highness, can we not think of a countermeasure ourselves? Of course, let us do just that. Cowering here will get us nothing. Will get us nowhere, probably, is what she actually said. Oh, she did say nothing, okay. This is just a thought, but isn't there someone who can fly anywhere in our kingdom? If I were younger, I would cling to his legs and chase after the prince myself. But just sitting here talking about it won't make it happen. Okay. That's a hint to go back to Hoo-Hoo Village. Oh, alright, we never talked to you. Hey, welcome to the Pipe House. I'm here to teach you everything you want to know about pipes. Want to ask about pipes? Nope. I just want to show you off. See you later. Don't come if you won't ask. So yeah, these pipes connect, and this one is the one we actually want. So we are not going to our destination. We're instead going to Little Fungi Town. Whomps this man, a very cylindrical individual. Mushroom Embassy is just ahead, okay. So I am going... Oh, hi. Rookie, put a little more info into it, will ya? Polish things up. Hey. So yeah, Popple ended up here and now is doing manual labor. And in the meantime, we're gonna check up on these two. I wonder what's happening at Beanbean Castle now. I do hope Lady Lima is safe. Master Mario, Master Luigi, you must do something about Bowser's Castle, quickly! Mario, Luigi, please help the people of the Beanbean Kingdom. You must. You get Rookie, you idiot. Yeah, taste of his own medicine, you'll love to see it. Alright, shopping time. Also, by the way, to point it out, the other arcade cabinet in this area is opened up, and is the barrel minigame from the SS Cola, so you can still access it for beans, if one so desires. I don't really need any at this point, so we're just gonna mosey on down the road to our item shop. So again, at this point in the game, the most broken item in the entire game is available. They nerfed the hell out of it for the remake for reasons that will be very obvious momentarily. The Mush Badge AA. So it doesn't change our stats, but what it does is for every mushroom in our inventory, we get a buff. So if you have a lot of mushrooms, you can be extremely broken. So for example, any of the regular healing mushrooms count for this. Mushrooms, super mushrooms, ultra mushrooms, and max mushrooms. So yeah, in theory, you can store about 900 mushrooms. And if you actually do that, needless to say, you are OP as hell. So that is the meta build of this game. We haven't even needed a 1-up, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna max out as much as we can on mushrooms. Just for the sake of demonstration. Again, I'm a little bit torn on how much I want to use this badge, just because it is very broken and we're already over-leveled. So, I don't know if I should just completely destroy the end game and not have any challenge whatsoever. So I'm currently deciding if I should just kind of breeze through. Again, we've only been going for about an hour, so I was a little bit worried about how long this stream would take. I think we're plenty fine at the moment, we'll be okay. Okay, let's demonstrate on this poor fool. Never mind, this is terrible. Actually, no, this works. Hello, your test subject for today. 111 damage. 93 damage. Okay. You dropped the mushroom, but we can't even store anymore. So, 111 was the number, right? This badge has the exact same attack as what we just used. And if we go fight this one, we get 74 and 56. So with our current number of mushrooms, we're getting about a 40% attack boost, which is a lot. It can basically shred bosses at this point. So yeah, again, kind of hesitating to use them just because I might want to have a little challenge at least. And again, a lot of playthroughs of this game that don't fight everything as much as I do end at level 30, like straight up. We're almost to level 40, so I'm already OP, so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should, you know, completely trivialize the game as much as I don't mind being overleveled. What? Bowser's Castle is attacking the Beanbean Kingdom, and Prince Peasley is in there? This is no small matter. No, not small. Not small at all. Okay, grab onto me. We're going to Bowser's Castle. Are you ready? And off we go. I'll be waiting here for you. If you want to leave this castle, just talk to me. So yeah, there's no real point of no return in this game. You can go back if you need to stock up, for example. Oh great, Bowletta, the Mario Bros who I hate are coming this way. Bah, no matter, they'll never make it here. Koopalings, your time has come. Alright, so we have to fight all the Koopalings. Hi. So we have these sniffets with cannons, which is honestly a very fun enemy. The Gunner guys. Yeah, they're not very strong though. But again, there are a couple of enemies here where the... Oh shit, this is actually hard to dodge. Never mind. So basically, if the Shy Guy jumps and pushes the Gunner guys back, it's going to be a fast bullet. If it's going to be... If he just kind of just pushes them in the back normally, it's a slower moving, like, cannonball that just rolls towards you. It's a lot harder to dodge. Ow. That's still lower defense. Popular now, but that feels very specific. I'm torn, because on one hand I think Popple is more Mario... Nabbit is more Mario-like, I guess. Yeah, we did 1 damage against that Boo. Boos have really high defense, but basically, the Mush Badge can actually go through defense. Oh, that sucks. Oof. Big oof. I'm not botching the command just because I want to get the credit for it, but that was a complete waste. Good to know. Also, these enemies suck to dodge on the remake, in my opinion. Because I am so used to the timings of this version that I got really bodied here. I got really beat up by these enemies. The direction he's spinning determines what direction he'll throw it in, I think. If you actually do that counterattack, they'll just get sad and leave, eventually. Which if you want the experience, that means you have to kind of hurry up and do the fight as quickly as possible. The Boo's expression will determine who it attacks, so again, pretty standard logic there. Larry the Lobster build, yeah. It's like he did not skip arm day, but definitely skipped leg day. Yeah, Boos are gonna be the most annoying enemy to fight without the Mush Badges. Cause yeah, we're doing like single digit damage, but they only have like 13 health or something, so it's not too bad. There's another Boo here. So, oh shit, I didn't look at pants. It's fine, but oops, I forgot. For the sake of demonstration, there should be another Boo up ahead. Hello. Alright, so just with a counterattack, we do 39 damage. So that is a significant bump up from where we were. I mean, the ultimate situation is we still have to do the counterattacks. We still have to dodge shit. We're not like one-shotting everything unless we use a Bros attack. Which obviously is kind of a waste of resources at a point, but there is a catch to that in this area. So most bosses refresh your like stats. So given that this area is like a boss gauntlet, you actually kind of can breeze through a lot pretty easily. Again, I would like to fight the Koopalings at least without the badges, just, you know, to have a little bit of a challenge. But, you know, the regular enemies, we can kind of fly through a bit. Yeah, the positioning of the gunner guy also changes, so these are very difficult attacks to dodge. By the way, there's also the Triforce, or the Great Force as it's called in this version, which doubles damage given and taken. You can combine that with the Mush Badge, AA, and just do absurd amounts of damage. I mean, to be real, right now, we're not really getting through fights without taking damage anyway, so let's flex a bit to see what this is like. Nope, we're on the boss. I'm not gonna completely obliterate the boss. Besides, I think they actually do have rare drops, so there's actually merit to using the Game Boy Horror, for example. Brilliant. That's the one I want. There we go. What are we looking at here? Nah, I think we are good as is. I will not regret saying that whatsoever. I guarantee it. Yeah, for an RPG, this isn't bad. You know, we're on the final dungeon, essentially. We're only 10 hours in. This is a pretty breezy RPG, all things considered. First up, we have, Iggy. In fact, my VTuber is more centered than it usually is. Normally I'm looking more to the side when I'm looking at my TV. So it's kind of throwing me off when I glance over. It looks like I'm just staring almost straight ahead. Oh hi, I broke the game. I was holding right, and the dizzy effect hadn't kicked in, so I actually made a lot of progress without the actual effect. So yeah, basically our controls are screwed up. Right now, left is down, down is right, right is up, and up is left. But yeah, because I was holding right, I managed to get a little ways in without the effect even triggering. That's really funny. I didn't know you could do that. Genuinely had no idea. But yeah, if we had the mush badge, each of those hits would have done about like 30 or 40 each. So instead of the damage drop off being the way it is, we would just basically obliterate Iggy. And I tried off screen to see, or like off stream to see how bad it would be, and the answer is pretty bad in terms of like overall level of challenge. Not that these fights are remotely challenging, I'm gonna be honest, at this point in the game. I think on the first playthrough, these fights would actually be really difficult. It's just, I've played this game like 10 times, so... It's something I always have to kind of think about, and I wish more people would kind of think about with recommendations of like, oh yeah, this game's easy. It's like, yeah, it's only easy because you've played it so many times. And this is something I have to stop myself with sometimes, because it's like, oh yeah, the only reason I think this game is as easy as it is because I've been playing it for 50 years. Well, that's not true, like 20 years in this case. But the point being, my sense of this game's difficulty is really skewed. For a first-time player, this actually would be kind of challenging, I think. So, yeah. Again, it's something to keep in mind with recommendations. I was thinking about this earlier because of Kitsune Tales. TLDR, Kitsune Tales is on sale for Pride Month, as one might expect. And I enjoyed that game a lot. I had a great time with it. It's hard, and I kind of feel like I downplayed the difficulty in a way. Like, not even like super intentionally, but just by the nature of I have played so much Mario 3 that it wasn't as difficult for me as it would be for someone who isn't as into Mario 3. And even Mario 3 itself is a game that I think I think I talked about this in the other favorites playthrough of that. I kind of forget that that game is actually hard, because I have so much of it memorized that I just know what to do in a lot of cases. That I kind of just literally forget, like, oh yeah, this is a hard game. And like, everyone has a game like that, I think. Well, maybe not everybody, but I think a lot of people have a game like that, where it's like, I have this game memorized, but like, if someone else jumps into it, it's gonna be really difficult. It's like, if you grew up with like Ninja Gaiden or like Contra or stuff like that, those games aren't that bad. But it's like, for me, playing like Contra for the first time, I'm gonna get obliterated. Like, I'm gonna get absolutely decimated because I don't know what I'm doing in that game. The sniper bullet bills are like the hardest enemy to counter in my opinion, because of the 2 bullets. Like, I do not know how to dodge both without getting hit, so... Also, the Magic Koopas aren't particularly easy to dodge either. Yeah, like, you have to jump so early so you land soon enough to actually jump that. It's like really finicky in my opinion. Also, I think for the advanced commands, you specifically have to use the level 3 variation, or whatever version doesn't have the slowdown and button prompts. Yeah, like, I've never played like Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion as the example in the chat, but like, I think it'd be scarier to me than someone who has already like, who has more experience with horror in general. I don't think that's like super scary horror compared to like, you know, Silent Hill, for example, but it's still horror, ostensibly. Yeah, I think that's kind of something that gets overestimated sometimes, or underestimated sometimes. Luigi might die here, never mind, he's fine. Alright, we're good. We're fine. It's like, everyone's like, experiences are very different, that they can just cause other games to have very different experiences too. See, like, part of me is like, I don't know how much it'll decay the damage if I use a mushroom here. But Luigi's kind of hurting, so we'll use one. And again, if we get a heal after every boss, we really don't have to worry that much about taking damage. I'm also not even using it right now, so that's the other thing. But yeah, the cannonball's like got a weird hitbox. Like I feel like it hit me before the sprite rolled over. It's kind of frustrating actually. I do wish level ups gave you a heal in this game. They don't. That's a Paper Mario thing. And only in the English version of 64. I don't know if the Japanese version of Thousand Year Door would also have that. But I know for Paper Mario 64, and maybe Thousand Year Door also, parallel builds, as they're called, where you stay at 1 HP the entire game, because there are a lot of badges that increase your attack power if you have 1 HP. So a lot of speedruns, like the Japanese version of Paper Mario 1 specifically, because I think you get to stay at 1 HP a lot more because the game doesn't like auto heal you as much as the NTSC version. Which again, is like a weird quality of life thing that actually is a not good thing, but specifically if you're a speedrunner. It's something I find really interesting, is when there's something that's a quality of life feature, but it's actually a bad thing, specifically if you're trying to speedrun. Like, oh, this is a great feature, but it also makes this specific thing more difficult. I feel that way about, like, streaming even. For example, autosaving is great, potentially, in just a casual setting, but for streaming, it can actually be kind of stressful. Because, like, oh, what if the game autosaves, and I lost, like, connection, and you can't show a cutscene? So yeah, it actually is like weirdly scary, like not having, like having autosaves in a case like that. Which again, feels a little bit backwards, was kind of how I view this. We're fine, I don't need to save. Famous last words. Again, the only time we used rewinds was like one time when I thought I accidentally sold something like we couldn't get back basically, and then for the guessing game, which again turned out to be just fixed, it was not random, so oops. But yeah, if we had the mush badge, the fight would already be over, like not even kidding. We'd be doing so much damage, like instead of like 10, it'd be doing like 50 per hit, and that would be enough to finish the fight, no prob. One nice thing is that the actual field actions of the Koopalings are actually used in battle, so for example the spin attack for Iggy and the ground pound shockwaves for Morton both are used in the actual fights themselves, and we'll see that throughout as well. They kind of stack on each other's moves though, to be fair. Like, as we go along, they'll get like all the moves by the end. That's not a good roll. It's a better roll. Yeah, I'm mostly putting stuff into speed and power at this point, because that's kind of what we need. Luigi definitely needs some speed. Hi Caitlin, welcome on in, hope you're doing well. Alright, Morton's down, that's 2 out of 7. So yeah, each one will open up the next path. It's a very linear final dungeon. In a way, it almost feels disappointing. However, then I remember Partners in Time's final dungeon, and I'm like, maybe it's a good thing this is a straightforward dungeon. Because, like, Partners in Times kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, by the way, the sniper bills actually use Super Scopes, the Super Nintendo gun. Oh, an archipelago, that's fun. Hope that's going well. I need to try an archipelago someday. I still haven't, actually. Again, hitboxes kind of mess me up a lot. I don't even know how to dodge certain attacks, because the hitbox feels like I'm just barely nudging it, essentially. But again, if you get a full restore after every boss, this area is not too bad. Again, the Japanese version of Superstar Saga adds in heal blocks from Paper Mario, and I wanna say that just is a thing in the series going forward. Wow, there's nothing here. But yeah, I thought about doing a solo archipelago specifically, just to kind of test the waters on that. Oh shoot, that's a lot of booze. I'm gonna break out the strat for this, because I just wanna... easier time. Because yeah, the boos have such high defense that they're just kind of annoying to fight otherwise. Wow, I wasn't even looking at the screen and I got the action command. Oops. Yeah, sometimes I think I forget that I've played this game a lot in my life. Like, that might be a weird thing to forget, but... I think sometimes I underestimate, or which one would it be? Overestimate, like how... underestimate how much I've played certain games. But again, incremental attacks like this are greatly boosted by the Mush Badge, because then every hit does more damage. It's not like total damage, it's everything. So yeah, very powerful. What is up here? Just that, huh? Do we really need oh, hi. Do we really need coins if we're not even shopping anymore? Like, there's not a shop in here. So I'm just gonna move on. Missing everything in the basement and 4 checks that require wing and vanish cap. I assume those are in someone else's game. Or is this a solo? Yeah, I just have never really gotten around to an archipelago. It's been on the list for a while, like, I need to try that at some point, and I never have. Ah, shit. Mildly discombobulated for some reason. There we go. But, there's more. If we keep going to the right, we can actually find a thingy. The only moles we're missing are, like... There's one underwater... You can, or well, one you access to an underwater cave. You have to go down a whirlpool to find. And one near Gafaha Ruins. We passed by them. I think they have like a 1-up super or a golden mushroom. I am saving before this boss because this one does give me trouble sometimes. Wait, no, it's Lemmy. Never mind. This one's just annoying to start the fight. Because you have this, like, game to figure out which is the real Lemmy. So I'm just gonna be cheeky. I'm gonna just pick right every time. It's gotta be right someday. Pun intended. Actually, no, pun not intended. That was just by accident. Second try, not bad. Again, if you pick the same option enough times, it will have to be right someday. And again, their field skills are reflected in their actual fights. Trying to get into Jolly Roger Bay. I assume there was some, like, specific check for that. Mario 64 randos are interesting to me, like the way they're structured. Oh shoot, I didn't unequip the thingy, huh? So, Lemmy is gonna get absolutely destroyed here because I left the badges on. My feed cut out for the preview. That's disconcerting. I'm gonna refresh that real quick. Anyway, did not mean to actually have that equipped for Lemmy, so oops. Got completely destroyed there. You have to BLJ into the room? Oh my god, I forgot that. I didn't know that was an option. Well, actually no, entrances are usually randomized too, so that would make sense. This is a little path to a mushroom. I think this might drop us back at the entrance, so if you need a shortcut back, that's there. We do not want to go back to the entrance though. Yeah, you can BLJ in the main, like, lobby BLJs are like one thing I do not understand about Mario 64 speedrunning. It's like I've done some casual attempts at like 16 star. I don't know if I could ever do a 1 star or a 0 star. That's the hard part. Gotcha. Maybe someday I'll try it. We did take damage there, so that wasn't the bonus ring coming into effect. Again, the only reason I'm not putting this into POW is just because I think we'll get a 1 out of it, so we'll say that for later. But the actual, the actual situation with this game and all the ones up to Brothership, was it Paper Jam that gets rid of this? One of them gets rid of it, and I can't remember which one was first. Well, like, which one got rid of it first, but either way, basically, what the hell am I trying to say? Damn, slightly late on the draw there. There we go. You can pause buffer. True. But yeah, I completely lost track of what I was trying to say. Oh wow, this one's just been real annoying. Okay. No, damn it. Barely not enough. There we go. Literally, what was I talking about? I have no clue what I was saying. So we have 2 Prana plants to water. One has the block we need, and one has the block that has an enemy. So this takes 2 trips, unfortunately. I'm glad I got that first try. I was kind of worried about that. That part can actually throw me off quite a bit. This is not the right one. Okay. Oh, right, the roulette. So Paper Champ gets rid of it. The overall feeling I have about that, though, is it, like, is it a necessity? The answer is actually not really. Like, you can easily beat these games without micromanaging, or, like, min-maxing, basically. Yeah, Summer Games Fest makes sense. I'm not really looking forward to much from Summer Games Fest, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna not even watch it. I'm probably just gonna read what people say and watch the trailers that appeal to me. Because I really don't want to sit through the entire show. Again, I already talked about it a bit, but again, my main hope is Resident Evil. Something Resident Evil. And then also Capcom, like Mega Man or Ace Attorney or something like that. The one thing I'm really not sure about that is a bit different than last time is, will we already get a Season 3 announcement for Street Fighter? Given that Elena drops the day before, but also it seems like it's meant to come out sooner, but it's like, just, they want all the Year 1 and 2 content to be out for the Switch launch, so different situation. They might have already been working on Elena for a while, or the next character for a while. Even then, I don't think it'll be an announcement of, like, anything of note. I think it'll just be, like, a fancy trailer. I don't think we'll see gameplay for a long-ass time. So Ludwig von Koopa will actually use the spinny shell move that he used for his little minigame. Again, each of the Koopalings has some kind of gimmick that ends up coming into play for the battle, except I think one doesn't. And there's one that has a gimmick that isn't used in their minigame. Damn. Yeah, it might be Evo for the for like our first character, I think. If the rumors are true about who's gonna be in Season 3, I'm curious to see the reactions. Because it's a unique pick. A unique set of picks, according to the one rumor I saw. Which supposedly this person leaked, like, Terry and Mai, which was obviously, like... That feels like a very specific guess. So people kind of just assume this person had legitimate insider information, but... We'll see. Again, leaks are kind of a thing I look at, because I'm nosy, and I like to see what's happening in the industry. But in all, like, honesty, I don't like put that much stock into leaks. It's like, big if true is my attitude towards leaks. Like, if this is real, then neat. If not, then whatever. If I get mad over it, then like, that's on me for believing it. Like, someone floated some rumor about like who's gonna play Zelda in the Zelda movie, and like, people are already really mad over the casting rumors for extremely not good reasons, to be completely honest, but the level of gloating from like the worst people you know on the internet is gonna be awful, even if this rumor was never even remotely a possibility. And so I just kind of dislike when people take, this is just an example, but in general, I dislike when people take rumors as gospel. It's like, it's just a rumor. So yeah, again, I'm not really interested in the Zelda movie, to be honest. Just more so because I don't watch movies. Like, what was the last movie I would have watched? Is it still Everything Everywhere All at Once? It might actually be. I don't think I've finished a movie since seeing that. And that was like 2 years ago at this point, maybe 3. So yeah, I'm not really a movie person. I never have been, actually. I've always been more into games than movies. This area sucks, by the way, to navigate, because you have a lot of booze. The other thing I'm really interested in at Summer Games Fest is the potential of... Shoot, I'm gonna run from this. I don't want Mario to get too over-leveled here. I had another game I wanted to see at Summer Games Fest, and now I can't remember what it was. By the way, if you actually get clipped there and enter a battle, this is the other reason I don't want to mess with this. You have to go and do this all over again, because you have to be Small Mario for this section. I guarantee these items aren't even going to be worth it. That's the worst part. Like, these are going to be like a mushroom. I mean... that's actually kind of worth it, okay. The Ultra's more worth it, because I haven't died. If we ever play Partners in Time on stream, I will die a lot more, just because I'm not good at that game. And I think it's actually harder, too, like, notoriously so, to the point where they had to tone it down for the Japanese release. Literally, what was I thinking about? Like, I had a game in mind where it's like, okay, I would be interested if this gets announced. And I already lost it. Interesting. God, my memory's not great anymore. Indies, I guess, maybe that wasn't, maybe Shantae Advance, but I don't know if that would be at this. That's more of like a Nintendo Direct thing. I can picture Strive actually getting a trailer. It'll be very soon, but given that their final character this season is a crossover DLC, I think having any kind of teaser at the Game Awards would be a good look. You know, Cyberpunk, so I think actually having a Lucy trailer or teaser or something at Summer Games Fest would make a lot of sense. But again, I'm not particularly interested in Cyberpunk as a series, so Lucy is like not a particularly big sell for me.